Bonjour.
Comment ça va?
Très bien, merci. Et toi?
Très bien. Je m'appelle Joy.
Je m'appelle Mara. Mara et Joy parlent français.
Oh, très bien. Oui, oui, oui. Friends, my name is Joy. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea, and we're a small company based in Northern Ohio. In today's video, we're going to tell you all about our springtime in Paris tea collection. But before we get started, just so you understand the silliness, we are a really small company. We're based in Northern Ohio and we'll ship anywhere in the United States. Last week, our video was about National Pie Tea Day. Is it pie tea? Yes, absolutely. It was for us anyway. National Pie Day. It's a real thing. We do have tea that tastes like pie. They are still available, and you can watch the replay on our website or on our mobile shopping app. Just so you know, I invited Mara here last week to do the pie tea video, and she rocked it. She sang the pie song, which you don't want to hear me sing on camera. So that was her job. I think she did a great job. And she asked if she could come back and do a second video. And of course, I told her what we were talking about, springtime in Paris tea. And as it so happens, Mara and I have been using a free app to teach ourselves French. We've been doing it now for about 6 weeks, I think. 5 or 6 weeks.
One of the two.
We haven't learned too much, but we've learned some. We're trying. We are trying it out every day. So that's why Mara is here. And I appreciate her time and, of course, her enthusiasm. I see a lot of people watching live, but everyone's being silent. If you comment, we can see your name, and we should be able to see your comment or question as long as the tech is working. And I have to say, we know that there is a little bit of a delay. So just be patient, but don't hesitate to ask. While we get a few more people to join, I want to make sure you know we do have 100 flavors of loose leaf tea available. But this particular collection, our Springtime in Paris tea, are limited edition. They're only available for a short period of time. You can find them on our website on a page called Limited Edition Teas. You can find them as a bundle and the tea individually in 3 sizes. You can also find them on our mobile shopping app. All you have to do is go to your favorite app store and search for Sub Rosa Tea, which is 3 words with 2 spaces in the middle. It's free to download.
And Joy, can you tell me how long will you be able to get any of these fine teas?
Oh yes, we're introducing them now, but they should be around 6 to 8 weeks. Keep that in mind for all the limited edition teas. We have tea for St. Patrick's Day, which is tomorrow if you're watching this live. Yes. And we have tea for Mardi Gras. Those won't be around too much longer. What else did we do lately? Our chocolate lovers, Scotland. Oh yes, the Scottish collection. Boy, those are really popular.
We also did Harry Potter. Well, I wasn't here.
That's right. We have a lot of loose leaf tea flavors available, but if they're on the limited edition page, do make sure you restock in a timely manner because we're cycling through them. We're introducing 6 new flavors every 2 weeks. So after this, as you can imagine, next week we are talking about wellness tea, tea for wellness, 2 new ones. But after that, we get to talk about our springtime, spring into Easter collection. Another seasonal themed collection. Hey there, Miss Janet. Bonjour, mon ami. Bonjour. Oh, we have Paula typing us in French as well. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, Sharon. That reminds me, you know, Sharon, I'm going to get to see you in person at the end of April. If you want anything, do make sure you message us and we'll bring you anything you want, including this particular collection. But for those of you, we do ship to all 50 states, so you're welcome to buy on our website, which is subrosatea.com. First up, though, friends, I do want to talk about the mug before we talk about the tea, because I happen to love this mug, and it's been restocked. Recently, we had only a few left after Christmas, so I wanted to make sure that you saw them. This is the Do Brew In mug with infuser. So it does have a stainless steel lid. It does have a stainless steel infuser basket. It has a plastic handle, which I love because if the basket is hot, if you pour boiling water over it, I love the handle to remove it. This is a ceramic mug, 16 ounces, wonderful handle. I love how it feels in my hand. We do have this in 4 colors. The other thing I wanted to point out with the lid is, again, friends, we sell loose leaf tea. So, of course, you can, if you have tea bags in your kitchen, you can definitely use tea bags. You can make yourself some spa water and put fruit in this basket. But by using the lid, I would also call the lid a coaster. So you can put the basket onto the coaster while you're drinking your tea. And if you want a second cup of tea, you can put the tea leaves right back into the mug to make yourself a second cup. All 3 pieces are dishwasher safe.
And it's so easy to make because all you have to do is put the tea in and then pour hot water in.
It really is that easy. Actually, Mara is going to make herself a cup of tea. Janet says she can't wait for the watermelon cooler tea. Bring on summer. I totally agree with you, Janet. This past weekend, again, we're from Northern Ohio. So this past weekend, we had something that we're calling false spring. It was 70 degrees for like 3 hours. That was about it. It's cold now again. Not to worry, but we are very optimistic. Summer is on its way. But our collection, we are talking about springtime in Paris. We've had this collection before. None of the recipes are anything different than what you can expect from Sub Rosa tea. High quality loose leaf tea, organically grown, no sugar, no carbs, no calories. Keep in mind that some of the tea have caffeine, some are low. But this particular collection I'm quite fond of. We came up with this a couple of years ago when we were all dreaming of travel. Mara, have you ever been to France?
No, but it would be pretty cool to go.
I've been 5 times. As a matter of fact, my husband proposed to me in Paris along the Seine River with the Eiffel Tower in the background and the setting sun. Very, very romantic. So I have this wonderful engagement story. But like I said, I have been to France several times. And this particular collection, these are teas inspired by my travels, but really they are from a French patisserie. So these are inspired by baked goods. But again, the tea, no sugar, no carbs. Mara, what do you want to do if you go to France?
I would love to see the Eiffel Tower and, of course, eat all the food.
And eat all the food. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so do you want to go up in the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, that would actually be pretty fun.
Are you afraid of heights?
It depends.
It does depend, doesn't it? Friends, we live really close to Cedar Point, which is a very popular amusement park. In general, Mara does ride all the rides. And I do not always ride all the rides. Okay, so I don't know if I want to talk too much more about the travel, but as you can see, Miss Mara has steeped herself up a cup of tea. So I say we should dive into the tea, but let's talk just a little bit more about these fun French facts. I told Mara if she was going to be on the video, she had to do a little bit of research since she hasn't been to France. And this is what she produced. So wait until you hear some of these great things. Mara, what is the most common way to travel around Europe?
Well, one of the most common ways is the French railway. It is actually the second longest in Europe.
Do you know what the first one is? What's the first longest?
I'm actually not sure.
I have been on the French railway. It's very common to travel by train in France. It is not common at all where I live. I don't know hardly anyone who's been on a train, or if you do, it's just once or twice in your life. See, you've been on a train. I've even been on the overnight train, which I did, I have to say, while it was very nice and very comfortable, it was very jarring because you don't want to miss your stop. You don't want to be asleep through it. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk a little bit about French food.
French food.
Tell me a fun fact about French food.
Well, actually, did you know putting a baguette upside down is unlucky?
You believe that? That sounds like it's possible, right? There's only an up and a down. That sounds terrible.
Also, a lot of people might think croissants were invented in France, but they were actually invented in Austria.
Okay, that's pretty incredible. All I know about croissants is they're filled with butter. Lots and lots and layers of flaky butter. Mara, what's your favorite food?
My favorite food? Of course, I like cheese. And did you know that France has more than 1,600 types of cheese? That's a lot of cheese.
Oh, that is a lot of cheese. Do we want to try that many cheeses?
I don't know.
That's really extreme, isn't it? Okay, what's one more fascinating fact you can tell us about France?
Did you know that throwing out or burning edible food is actually illegal?
I have to say I'm okay with that, really.
Good point.
Yeah, it is. Do you have any idea why?
Probably so we don't waste food.
I agree. That's not waste food. I'm going to get behind that. Maybe I'm French. Maybe I'm French. I like that, quite honestly. Do you know anything about what people drink in France?
Well, actually, a lot of people drink wine.
How much wine do they drink?
Well, per year, the average French person consumes about 40 liters, which is about 10 gallons.
That is a lot. Wait, how much tea do I drink? Do I drink 10 gallons a year? I do. Yes, I do. Absolutely. Okay, so Miss Janet asks, can Mara sing a song about cheese?
Cheese, 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 cheese.
Okay, she might not know off the top of her head a song about cheese, but I have to tell you that when she arrived here today, we were talking about the French that we were learning on the app, of course, because we're doing this separately. So I wanted to ask her like what section she was on, if she knew how to say I work at Sub Rosa Tea, because that's the section I'm at where we're talking about travel and work and where we live. And she's not there yet, but she made up a song in French because that's apparently what Miss Mara does. So, at the end, how about that? At the end of the video, if you're still here in a couple more minutes, Mara will sing to you the song that she made up based on her 6 weeks of French.
It goes to the rhythm on top of spaghetti.
Okay, so FYI.
All covered in cheese, by the way.
Hi, Miss Mary. Thank you for joining us live. I so appreciate you. We really do need to start talking about the tea. I don't want to lose our whole audience just because I find French facts very fascinating, and I think Mara could go on for quite some time. Let's talk about the tea flavors that are on the Springtime in Paris tea bundle. Friends, again, these are all loose leaf tea. The tea is available in multiple sizes, but the bundle is available in both a try me size and a value size. So the try me size makes about 6 to 8 cups, and the value size will make 20 to 25 servings. First up, the Parisian chai. This is a black tea, the Parisian chai. Yep, you got it. So a chai tea, friends, has spices. So cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, very, very common to have these chai spices. But chai is not just tea here in America, nor is it in France. So we've added this to a black tea blend, which has about 60 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. Even though this doesn't have anything to do with France, I'm compelled to say, in other parts of Europe, if you ask for chai, the word is tea. The tea word is chai. So you're going to get something very specific, like a cup of tea, not necessarily with spices. Here in America, we have more words for a lot of things. That's just the way it is. So you're going to see here at Sub Rosa Tea, the blend of spices is different throughout. Even though you can read the ingredients, look to be the same, they're quite different. As you probably know, the taste between ground cinnamon and a cinnamon stick can result in something very different on your palate. Parisian black chai, delicious and here for a limited time. Next up, we've got a second black tea in this collection. This is Tarte Tatin. This is caramelized apple. I think I have a photo of it on our website, and you will see the Facebook ad with the caramelized apple. It's a wonderful French dessert that has a very flaky crust.
Again, one of the things I would eat if I went.
Yes, you would. I can imagine. So again, to get a caramelized apple, you're putting a lot of sugar on it and cranking up the heat. And the way to do that is not to have a top layer of crust. So American apple pie always has two. A French apple pie only has one, which makes the sugar delicious. Again, friends, the tea has no sugar, no carbs, no calories, but this one in particular does have a caramel apple taste.
Wait, how do you make a caramel apple without sugar?
Oh, isn't it wonderful? You got to admit, tea is one of the best opportunities to satisfy or indulge your taste buds without putting anything on your hips. You know what I'm saying? Okay, next up, we've got our green tea. This is our honey pear galette. Honey pear galette. This is another fabulous tea and another fabulous creation from a French patisserie. So again, we do have a little bit of a crust in the background, but this is very pear forward, a wonderful fruit that of course we have here in America, but they do use quite often in France. The thing about this tea in particular is it has bee pollen, which is a biofuel. So high in antioxidants, really great for your skin and hair. This is a green tea, which makes it low in caffeine, high in antioxidants. Honey pear galette, part of this Springtime in Paris collection. Next up, we have our blueberry lemon scone. Blueberry lemon scone. So this is the caffeine-free tea, and we have 3 caffeine-free teas in this collection. This one has the green rooibos to it. So if you haven't had that, it does taste quite different than red rooibos. Definitely a blueberry forward tea. You're going to see that I have used some spices here, but they're very, very light on your palate. There's also some lemon, which is just something in the background. If you are looking for a very strong lemon flavor, this isn't the one. This is the one that's caffeine free and blueberry. Definitely one of my favorites. Pretty much any time of day, but it's caffeine free. So definitely a great dessert tea. Do you like blueberries?
I do. I love blueberry.
Do you think blueberry and lemon go together?
Actually, I haven't tried it, but it does sound good.
It does sound good, doesn't it, though? Next up, friends, is cherry clafouti. Cherry clafouti. So this is a red rooibos tea. Rooibos are known as the red tea, as you can see in the color here. It's known as the red tea. It grows in South Africa. It's known to be good for headaches, inflammation, and insomnia. We have a lot of teas that have the red rooibos base, so you have a lot of options, but this one in particular has cherry and almond. A cherry clafouti, well, a clafouti is really a dessert that you're going to make an almond batter and pour that over your fruit. The only clafouti I could say that I really enjoy is cherry. I just think it is heaven. The cherry and almonds are perfect together. But I know that you can make clafouti in other fruits. But this one, it's got to be cherry for me. This tea has been so popular in the past that we now carry it all year. So our cherry clafouti, thanks to our fabulous audience, is available all year. And I have to say, friends, I am considering adding the blueberry lemon scones to our collection all year. So if you like it, please let us know. We definitely want to hear your feedback because you're the customer and you do have power here at this small company. Next up, friends, we have our eclair.
This is the one I am making, actually.
Yes, yes, yes. This is the eclair. So an eclair, this is our decaf Ceylon tea in this collection. So our Ceylon tea goes through a decaffeination process using CO2. There are other companies that do use a chemical process. We do not do that here at Sub Rosa Tea. So the CO2, very safe. The reason why we want a decaf Ceylon tea in our lives is that the Ceylon tea has the actual tea plant, which has L-theanine, a very specific antioxidant that you can't get anywhere else. It has all these great anti-cancer health benefits. So some of you cannot partake in caffeine, which means you're not enjoying the tea leaf from the tea plant commonly, but this is a good way for you to get all of those antioxidants by using a decaf Ceylon in this blend. We don't have too many, but we do have some, and this is one of my favorites because it's got chocolate. So Miss Mara just steeped herself up some. You can see how wonderful and dark it is with those great chocolate notes. We have had Eclair before. This recipe has been updated. I think you are going to love it. Again, friends, none of these tea have any sugar, carbs, or calories. Mara, what is one of the most unusual French foods you've ever heard of?
Actually, the snail.
The snail. Do French people eat snails?
Actually, they do, and they consume around 25,000 tons of snail.
That is a lot. Okay, well, my personal friends know that I will go across an island to get good escargot. I'm pretty obsessed with it. I love it. Back 25, 30 years ago when I lived in Cleveland, I had to go downtown to a fishmonger and he would order them for me so I could make them myself. I don't know that I see them very commonly in our grocery stores. So it's definitely a delicacy. Do you like mushrooms?
I do like mushrooms.
The texture is the same as mushrooms. And of course, a mushroom with garlic butter. How bad could that be, right? Yeah. So if you haven't tried them, do be brave. I'll come and eat them for you if you don't like them. Sharon says no snails for her. But the French people do eat a lot of them. They really do. But there are no snails were harmed in the making of this tea. Mara just thought it was a really funny fact. Let's see. One more thing I want to mention while we are talking about French-inspired teas, our creme brulee, friends. This is a tea that is a green tea, and we have it all year. So it's not part of the tea bundle, but I wanted to mention it because, again, the power of the people. The first year we did Springtime in Paris tea collection, creme brulee was there, and now it is on its own. We've had it, and it's a green tea. So when you think about brulee, you're thinking about really caramelizing, heating the sugar on top, and a wonderful cream taste. So green tea, low in caffeine, high in antioxidants, super delicious.
You know, I was wondering, what makes a green tea a green tea?
Oh, that is a very good question. That reminds me, friends, I do have a YouTube channel. So if you are looking for specific health information about specific ingredients or just more on the tea plant, like I just randomly threw out L-theanine, I do have videos over on your YouTube channel that you can, once you land on it, you can run a search. I have hundreds of videos there. So you are correct, Mara, that the tea leaf that we use comes from one plant, and then it is either harvested or processed differently in order to yield a black, an oolong, a green, and a white tea. So yes, you can visually see that the green tea leaves are larger, they're quite green.
Yeah.
The black tea leaves are definitely smaller. Black in color for sure. And I like to show the loose leaf tea people, and I love talking to someone who is new to loose leaf tea. So if you do have questions, don't be shy. Don't hesitate to ask. Full of information, but I don't want to waste too much more of your time. I have to say thank you. Thank you for your time, friends. I really appreciate you joining us. Again, next week, I'm going to talk about our wellness tea. We do have 2 new tea in our wellness tea collection, so we hope that you'll join us. And then on Sunday, March 30th, I'll talk about our spring into Easter collection. So no matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Au revoir. Salut. Okay, if you're still here and you want to hear the French song, go ahead, Miss Mara.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Fais bien, merci et toi. Fais bien, merci. Je parle français.
Oh, fabulous! That was good. Trevian. Oh,
Mercy.
she came up with that herself, friends. You gotta love the bravery of the youth, right? To sing on camera. So thank you.
Merci beaucoup for joining us today.
And we will see you soon. Bye-bye, Opa.